Hey there, scary story fanatics. Welcome back to Cleaving Thought from Bone with your host, Sociopathic. I've been away for a week or two, just trying to catch up on a few things and get some things on paper. And in that time, I've come up with something I'm very proud of. So, I'd like you to sit back, relax, and maybe do some thinking over tonight's story with a little tale that I like to call The Demon of Me.
Garrett slammed his door, leaving for work just having had another argument with his wife. Arguments used to be rare amongst the two of them. Over the course of years, the relationship devolved into raging torrents of miscommunication and resentment, expressing itself in violent shouts of words and hurled insults. He loved her. He just couldn't seem to get along with her. As Garrett tramped to his car, his daughter came out the door behind him. She heard the words of the morning argument. She loved her parents. She was just sick of all the fighting. Garrett was bringing his daughter to school, as he did 5 days a week, dropping her off before he had headed to work to clock in at his job. Garrett kind of liked his job. He saw himself not as financially successful, but personally successful. He had carved out a life for himself, had a nice house, 2 cars of which were bought and paid for, and a steady job that he hated sometimes, but worked diligently out of duty. And it was these values that he spoke to his daughter all the way to school. By the time Garrett arrived at the school, in mere silence, she half-heartedly said goodbye and shut the door with more force than needed. She didn't slam it, but Garrett could tell that something was bothering her, and he just couldn't understand. Had he done something wrong? Of course his daughter must have seen it, how her mother, his wife, was acting and treating them. Garrett waited until she walked into the doors, safely arrived at school before he pulled out. He loved his daughter so much. He loved his wife too, but her constant barrage of ill perceptions were maddening. Garrett struggled with his phone, texting his wife back and forth, carrying over their argument from the morning, trying to make his point. And then, it happened. A deer jumped across the road, right in front of his car. He looked up just in time to drop the phone from his hand, grip the wheel with both fists, and jerk it to the right. There wasn't enough time, and he was going too fast. The tires squealed as the car spun, slid, and charged off the road down a steep embankment leading to a vast forest. As the car collided with a large pine, Garrett's world went black. However, things didn't stay dark and black for long. Garrett opened his eyes, and when he did, he couldn't believe what he saw. Garrett was on the shore of a great sea. The water rippled and shimmered, crashing upon the shore in a soft rhythm, reflecting a cascade of stars. And it was there that truly held Garrett's attention, like a child unwilling to let go of its favorite toy. The sky itself was filled with stars and nebulous gases, like that which he had never seen. This was not a normal night sky. There were so many, and the majority of them swirled around a great center, like a black hole, holding them in their paths of motion. The night sky looked as though an astronomically large, great, cosmic eye was looking down upon him. Garrett was both terrified and filled with awe simultaneously. And then the eye spoke Not with words, but with meaning. And Garrett was somehow able to understand it with instantaneous clarity. Do not worry. This is not the end, as there is no end for you. The eye communicated. What? Where am I? Garrett responded, a bit fearful. Am I dead? Yes. However, what you call death is not an end, it answered. So, what's next? Are you God? Garrett inquired further. I am. But I am also you, as you have been me. It elaborated. So, what happens next? Garrett asked. That depends. I see that you have created, Garrett, all that you have sown. It said. Are my wife and daughter okay? Will they be okay? He asked. Why care for them now? It's not like you cared all that much while you were alive. All your wife and you did was argue and fight, subjecting your daughter to all of that resentment. I fail to understand why you ask. The eye spoke. What do you mean? I love my family. My wife had been extremely difficult. I'm sure you understand. I was only doing what I had to do during those arguments and fights. Clearly, I was the victim, not the victimizer. So, of course I care. And I worry about her role in all of this, Garrett said. The eye let silence reign for a moment, which seemed a lifetime, then spoke with clarity through meaning. You don't need to worry about her, Garrett. You never truly did. You don't get it because you allowed yourself to be deceived. But as I stated, we are the same. You as I, and I as you. Every time you tried to win an argument, any argument, you were so self-assured that if she could only understand your point of view. But Garrett, in your world, in everyone's world, there is only their own point of view. You ask someone to know the experience without feeling the feelings, to know the conjectures and meanings, when you cannot even truly understand yourself. Every time you felt the need, craved her to truly understand your point of view, you were seeking self-validation because you felt invalidated. Every time she made you angry with words, those words were just part of your point of view. The anger you felt was, in truth, your anger towards yourself. And you, Garrett, chose yourself every single time. And your daughter suffered for it immensely. You spent your whole life looking for a door to open for you, looking for your life to change, when in reality, there were doors all around you, opening all the time, and you simply never stepped through. You resorted to alcohol because you felt you deserved it, when in reality, you chose yourself because you felt undeserving of anything else. And I wonder, what judgment do you place on yourself? Judgment? Wait, I don't understand. Am I the bad guy? Am I to be punished? Garrett asked. Oh, Garrett, there is no good or bad. Evil is not as plain to see as all that. In the end, I am just you. I saw all of you The story of you that you told yourself that you were. Don't you understand? The Garrett you identified as was just a thought. You were nothing but a thought. I, Garrett, have been with you the whole time. Seen you the whole time. I am everywhere and in all things, and see with all eyes what is glorified and what is squandered. So, if you're passing judgment, am I going to hell? Can I ask then, why did you create evil in the first place? Garrett asked, wanting to know. Oh, Garrett, heaven and hell coexist all at once. There is no devil, no God, for I am He. I am creation and destruction in balance, and you were also that. You had every choice to not choose yourself, but you never took it, not once. Always feeling your insecurities, your needs, your fear, your cravings. Never once truly choosing another over yourself. You, Garrett, will go to a personal hell, created by yourself to reap all you have sown. And everything has these attributes, but in balance. Humans are the only species capable of being aware of this duality, and that ignorance is not an excuse, because the real devil, the real evil, sees it all. The eye elaborated further. But wait, I didn't know. How was I supposed to know? I was never taught, Garrett pleaded. The point of existence is to use your mind to learn, not as an excuse to not learn. The eye paused for a moment and started to laugh with a reverberation of the entire cosmos. Because if the whole of humanity doesn't wake up soon, then the evil that is a part of the world will win, and we will all be judged to make way for creation. Just as I am all, so be it all goodness and all evil be a part of that same all. Evil resides in ignorance and the lies the ego tells. Garrett still didn't quite understand, but he knew that it was that his lack of understanding was the point. He was to learn, to find understanding, but as his consciousness, unbound by the illusion of physical matter, made manifest his thoughts, the I of the all faded, to be replaced by only darkness and heat, screams and fear, pain and torment. He had chosen his own fate, judged by not another, but by that which was his true self all along, seeing all he had done firsthand. And in that moment, he did not fear for himself. He only feared for that which remained of the world. Evil was everywhere, in everyone, always present, always silent, always watching, woven through the fabric of reality like a god. And soon, it would consume the whole of what was once called humanity, and the human story would end, as Garrett's had, in darkness.
Well, certainly makes you question where the source of good and evil truly come from. So as you reflect, make sure you don't forget to stop back here again next Saturday for more gore galore. And until then, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications so I can catch you all again next Saturday.
Social media can be very unpredictable, especially regarding horror content. If this content gets removed, all new content will be simultaneously presented on various websites provided in the description to this video. Make sure to follow me in other digital spaces so that you never miss out on the terror. Also, if you like this video, make sure to leave a comment and hit the like button. It helps the channel a lot. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy what's here, consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you never miss an upload. Writing is a dream of mine, and it's all of you that make that dream come true.